And today we want to talk about life in the day 2020. Yeah. So you know that what we want to talk. How is your experience? What did you experience in the year 2020? What did you see in 2020? And what was your reaction in this year 2020? Okay. We want to create a record for our generation about the year 2020. Because there are so many events that took place this year, and we want to talk about them. We want to talk some of the important events that took place. So if you are new to this channel, hit the subscription button to subscribe and give this video a like. And don't forget to comment. Comment, please, very important. Comment what you experienced this year, okay? And now let's get started. See you. So we want to talk about some of these important sectors that has been greatly affected as a result of this pandemic called COVID-19. So, what is actually COVID-19? COVID-19 is a short form for coronavirus. It's an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. So this is to say that it's a virus. And there's one common thing about virus.
Continue.
Most time, virus cannot withstand the heat from the sun for a very long time. They cannot withstand it. And virus cannot reproduce outside of their host. Okay, that is to say that they cannot give birth to young ones outside of their host. And this virus has been created by man. It's not natural, okay? It's man-made. That is to say that people actually sit down and work on it and bring it out. So we want to talk about some of these important sectors in our nation that has been greatly affected as a result of this pandemic. So now stick with me. Now let's get started with number one. And we all know that educational sector is very important in every nation all over the world. Okay, but we were told to stay at home doing what? Nothing. Can you imagine that? Because of why? There's COVID-19 outside. We are told to stay at home. Whereby they said if you go outside, if you meet in contact with something, you may have the symptom of corona. They said the corona can be contacted through contact. It can also be contacted through air.
Continue.
Which doesn't make any meaning to me. Like, okay, if it can be contacted through the air, we still, when we go out, we take in air, that is oxygen, and when we stay at home, we take in air also. So what is affected the educational system in our nation? Okay, yes. So now let's talk about the next point. We all know that the health sector in every nation is very important. All over the world, it's very important, because if you are not healthy, you won't be able to carry out the day-to-day activity. So now let's talk about the health. Good access to health and the quality of health can impact health. But in a system whereby you are not allowed to go out there to tackle with solve your health challenge or your health issue, it becomes a problem to individual. You see, all over the nation. For example, if someone is sick of malaria and the person knows fully that he is having malaria, and he has to go to the hospital for a doctor to prescribe the quality drug for him or her. But in the process, in the system whereby you are not allowed, you are told to stay at home, how will you go to the hospital? Because when you get to the hospital, the doctor, the people there will assume that you are contacted with this coronavirus. So because of that, you are going to be suspended. And because of that fear, you may not be able to go to the hospital. And you suffer the pain alone in the house, which can equally result to something else. You see, this also took place this year, 2020.
Let's talk about
the public sector in our nation. And we all know that the public sector in every nation is very important all over the world. And as a result of this pandemic, it has greatly affected our nation. So it has greatly affected because the public sector are told not to come outside. They are told to stay at home. So they can't go out to carry out their day-to-day activity. And this took place in 2020. Okay, this pandemic greatly affected the public sector. Okay, now
let's
let's talk about the economic sector. The economic sector is very, very important because it has to do with money. Okay, in a system whereby there's no money, life no make no meaning to any person. Okay, the economic sector in every nation, in every organization is very, very important.
continue.
So, in most cases in our nation, the economic sector has been brought low. Some of them may not even be able to stand again because of the outbreak of this pandemic. So it has greatly affected some of our nation.
We all know that
Very important in every nation all over the world because different people have different way of worshiping God. They have different way of belief. Okay. So as a result of this pandemic, we are told to stay at home instead of going to our place of worship. For example, like the Christian, we worship in the church. We worship God in the church. Okay. So church was supposed to be a place where the saints gather to receive the word of God. Whereby when they receive the word, they receive healing to their body, they receive healing to the nation. But they were told to stay at home. Okay, because of this.
let's talk about
Lifestyle. You know that individual lifestyle is very, very important in every country because different people have a way of doing things. Okay, and as a result of this coronavirus, it has also affected every individual. You can't go out for party, you can't go out to organize things, to do your normal day-to-day activities. You see, it has also affected every individual all over the nation of the world. So we said no to coronavirus. How can you prevent it? Always wash your hand and wear your nose mask. Okay, please make sure you subscribe to this video and give this video a like. Okay, I love you guys.